Hi there, my name is Zeziulkin, I'm a journalist, and as you remember, I'm reporting from Ukraine for TBC in TV. As it was expected, November is one of the most challenging months for my country, where war is not just a word from books and films, but where it is our reality. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, click the bell, not to miss our new videos. Last time I was talking about the G20 summit and the circumstances of this meeting for Ukraine. After Sergei Lavrov's performance about angry Nazis in Ukraine, the evil decided to attack the infrastructure of Ukraine. Of course, it happened after Sergei Lavrov as a rat from the boat left this summit. But the only boat that is sinking is Russia, because they've started the full-scale invasion of the country that used to live free. The attack on the Ukrainian infrastructure on the 15th of November partly caused a blackout in Ukraine and a critical situation with the Ukrainian energy system. But before this summit, we earned one of the most important diplomatic wins for our country: the resolution of the General Assembly of the United Nations for the call for the persecution of Russia because of their crimes in Ukraine. A massive attack on the territory of the sovereign country of Ukraine caused an incident on the bordering regions of Poland in Ukraine. The Ukrainian air defense missile that tried to destroy a Russian missile fell down on the territory of Poland. It caused the death of 2 civilian people in Poland. The investigation is still in action, but the assessment of the situation confirms the fact that it is a Ukrainian missile. But even after that, our partners are determined to affirm that Russia is guilty of this crime, because they made this massive attack. We hear a lot about the discontent between mobilized Russians and their mistrust in political military leadership. Of course, it causes a split in Russian military structures, which causes the growth of the authority of the private military company Wagner. The head of this company is the confidant of Vladimir Putin, Yevgeny Prigozhin, who recruits Russian murderers, thieves, and other criminal elements to provide a genocide of Ukrainians. There are some conclusions from the intelligence about the situation about Prigozhin and Putin, because it looks like a new level of influence is being formed, and Putin is afraid of that. A few days ago, representatives of this company killed a so-called betrayer, an ex-prisoner of war who was exchanged for Ukrainian defenders. It caused an international scandal, and there are a lot of mass media that blamed Ukraine because, like, its Ukrainian side signed the death warrant for this man. But first of all, it was Russians from Wagner who killed this man. Secondly, he's not a soldier of Russia's regular army. He is a mercenary in a private military company that came here to kill Ukrainians because they are Ukrainians. So he is not under the protection of Geneva Convention. And even after that, Ukrainian soldiers brought him back home, where Russians killed him. Something happened to the gas pipeline near St. Petersburg. It exploded. The official position of Ukraine: we don't belong here. The official position of Russia: it was an accident. But strangely, this pipeline is one of the most important gas lines of Nord Stream 1. Russians stole the raccoon from the Kherson Zoo. The fact that they're doing something like that is absolutely mind-blowing for me. But Ukrainians are very resourceful people. That's why we decided to exchange this raccoon on Russian mobilized soldiers. And we have first appeals for an exchange. In this photo you can see the face of the kid who lived under the occupation of Kherson. It is the face of this war, tired and adult. We're so happy because of the fact that the Ukrainian army liberated Kherson, but Russians are still pretty close to the city, and they're striking the city using the multiple launch rocket systems, and it causes the deaths of civil people in the city. On the 17th of November, Russians struck the maternity hospital in the town of Vilninsk, near Zaporizhia. It caused the death of a 2-day-old baby and injuries to the mother of this child and the doctor. On the 26th of November, a little baby was buried. Again, on the 23rd of November, Russians launched more than 80 missiles on the critical infrastructure of Ukraine. It caused a total blackout on the whole territory of Ukraine and the east of Moldova. Even our nuclear stations were stopped because of the damage. For example, I live in Chernihiv region and I had no electricity and heating for 16 hours. But I have a lot of friends in Kiev who had no electricity and the heating for 40 hours. And it is a critical situation because we enter in the winter with an unstable situation with our infrastructure. Russians that can't do anything on the front line are fighting with the civil people using absolutely cruel and inhuman methods. So they've launched their missiles into the dwelling house in Vyshgorod, near Kiev, where civil people live. 7 people are dead because of this launch. As you can see, we can't be sure in our future for the day ahead because of our insane neighbor. What can we say about anything else? I don't know. We're fighting with Russians on the existential level. They tried to ban our language. They enslaved Ukrainians for more than 100 years. And they starved to death more than 4 million people in the times of Holodomor, since 1932 till 1933. It was a poor genocide of Ukrainian nation. Stay with us, talk about us, and I'll be there to tell you about what is going on here in Ukraine. Of course, if it will be electricity. See ya.